I'm here with Belaire head coach Byron Wade. Belaire is coming off their 8th game of the season with 3 games remaining, including West Feliciana at home on this Friday. What's important for the team to focus on as you head into the final stretch of this season?
Finishing strong, making sure that we take care of business on all elements of the football game, blocking and tackling, playing till the whistle blows, and just making sure we have a sense of pride. I've been talking to the kids about representing their last names. If nothing else motivates you, you have to care about your legacy and, who you represent, yourself. So just making sure we finish this season on a high note, and we get a win this Friday.
Yeah, so do you have any positive takeaways from Friday's game at home away at Plaquemine?
There's always something to take away. I wouldn't put it in a positive category, but we definitely see things that we need to work on. And those things aren't just things to work on in practice. Off season is part of the conditioning for what type of team you're going to be. We did not have a good off season. I went into the season highlighting that, but I wasn't going to overemphasize it to bring the morale down. But when you lose 60-0, and you don't tackle well, you don't win the battles at the line of scrimmage, you look at the film and see that sometimes we were just overpowered. The takeaway is how we have to approach the offseason from an individual standpoint, but collectively as a team. So that's my biggest takeaway.
Obviously, throughout the season, you've had different guys at different points stepping up. I think one of those guys has been Caleb Joseph in a lot of different positions. And you've had different guys play quarterback. You've had guys step into receiving spots when people were hurt. Who are some of the guys for the last 3 games of the season that you're going to look towards to step up?
LaCorey and Compton. He's had some off-the-field issues. He's had some injuries that's not allowed him to be at full strength. Javarion Booker. He's a sophomore. He's very physical. He has not played the entire season because he's been dealing with an injury. So those are 2 guys that I really expect to finish the season strong because they have a lot to prove. To highlight Caleb Joseph, he is going to have surgery Monday on his shoulder. So we're going to shut him down for the season. But he has been phenomenal, and I expect nothing but greatness from him in the future.
Bright future. And you still got him for 2 more seasons after this year, so that's someone who's definitely going to play a big role in this program. Are there any other guys, as far as like personnel, stepping into different roles that they've been in all season?
Jordell Bass, he's a freshman. Doesn't look like a freshman. He has a lot of size. He's going to step in on the offensive line for us. He plays a little bit defensive line, but we're going to throw him into the fire. We're going to get his feet wet. He's more than capable. He has played all season. He has been in the rotation. So he is experienced, but I expect him to kind of break out a little bit. Another kid is Edward Davis. He's a freshman. He's very quiet, very meek. But I've been paying attention to how he's been performing in practice in the JV games. So I'm excited to see him get the opportunity to start. Edward Davis, I believe he's number 78. He's going to start this game on the defensive line. He has a real bright future.
Awesome. Is there anything this week in practice, heading into West Feliciana week? It's obviously a big week. Is there anything in practice that you're going to be focusing on particularly?
Our focus is making sure that on the 3 sides of the ball, offense, defense, and special teams, that everybody knows their responsibility and that they do their job. So the emphasis is on making sure you do your job. If you do your job correctly, there's no way we can't have success. So that's our focus.
What do you expect to see from this West Feliciana team?
I expect them to come in very confident. They're having a great season. By the looks of it, they're going to play for the district championship against Plaquemine. That's set up for the last game of the season. I do expect them to kind of sleep on what we're capable of. So I want to utilize that for us to be able to possibly get a win from a good team that may not think we're capable of standing up to them. So
obviously, adaptations throughout the season are a big deal, and all the great teams take what's coming towards them and they adapt and they overcome them. Is there anything you guys are working to overcome right now?
And we have a lot of injuries, a whole lot of injuries. I don't make excuses, but I've learned so much as a coach this year. I've rarely been around bad teams as a coach, as a player. On the outside looking in, a lot of people will look at us and consider us to be a bad team. But there are things that don't go the way you planned, and it forces you to really have to be resilient. We're a team that is very resilient. We're not just inexperienced and young. We've had 4 key players out every game we've played this season. Cameron Johnson, he got hurt week 1. He has not been at full strength, and we're hoping to get him back before the season is over with. Herman Revish is a kid who, in the first week of practice, before any games were played, he broke his clavicle. He's a starter. So to go into every game not having, or let me say missing, 4 starters is key, and it changes the type of team you are. But it also shows you that you have to have everybody prepared, because it is a next man up concept. So we've learned that. The positive in all of this is that consistently we've had 2 or maybe 3 seniors on the field the entire season. So what does that say? We have everybody coming back. Everybody coming back with a new freshman group coming in next year. I'm not writing this season off, but I want these guys to understand that we have the opportunity to be very dominant next season.
Future's very bright, this squad. A lot of young guys have stepped up into roles that were unexpected at times, where it was in the middle of a game and a guy got hurt. That's impressive that you had the young guys that were willing to step up and get on the varsity field. And a lot of times you look at guys that step into roles like at running back with Caleb Joseph. Like, you guys didn't miss a beat when Caleb Joseph touched the field at running back. He just brought a different style of play to the field, which is really exciting for the future of this team. But that's all we have for week 8 of Coach's Corner with Belaire's Byron Wade. We'll be back next week to recap the West Feliciana game and see what we have moving forward with McKinley. Thank you.